Hello everyone, I am B. Uday Kumar, Assistant Professor of Physics working in Dr. B.R.R. Government College, Jadcherla. So as you already know, we are dealing the chapter Digital Electronics. In our last video, we tried to understand how to add the binary numbers 2 or 3, any two or more binary numbers. So that we tried to understand in our last video. So in today's video, we try to deal the topics of subtraction, multiplication and division of binary numbers. Okay, so okay, fine. So we just move on to our slide, which is the binary subtraction. So as you already know, there are certain rules that have to be followed in adding the binary numbers, right? Similarly, so there are certain rules which we have to follow while subtracting one binary number from the other. Okay, so the rules that have to be followed while subtracting one binary number from the other are mentioned over here. So the rule one is that you can subtract 0 from 0. You know that, you know binary number, right? So binary number is a number that means binary number is the one which belongs to binary number systems, and in this system there will be only two basic symbols, two digits. Either it can have 0 or 1. Okay, you already know these things. The rule one is that you can subtract 0 from 0 because they are equal, so there is no problem and you get 0. Okay, and similarly you can subtract 0 from 1, which you get because of which you get 1. So 0 is the smaller number, you know that, and 1 is the bigger number, and hence you can easily subtract 0 from 1, because of which you get 1. Okay, and similarly, and the rule 3 is that you can subtract 1 from 1, because of which you get 0. So there is no problem with these three rules, but there is a little problem with the fourth rule. It's not problem, it's common sense that we use. So you can subtract 1 from 0. Okay, so that means you can subtract a bigger number or bigger digit from smaller digit by borrowing 1 from the next higher column. So that is mentioned over here, borrow, which is shown under the borrow column, right? So that means when you subtract 0 from 0, you get 0 and the borrow will be 0. That means you need not take any value from the next higher order column. And similarly, when you subtract 0 from 1, then also there is no problem, you will get 1, and you need not take any value from the higher order column. And similarly, when you subtract 1 minus 1 from 1, you get 0, and even then you need not take any value from the higher order column. But when you subtract 1 from 0, you need to borrow 1 from the higher order column, next higher column or higher order column, and that borrow is 1 here. And to understand this one, let us take a small example. You know how to subtract decimal numbers from decimal numbers, right? You know that. For example, you know what is the value of 7 minus 5. You know that. This is very simple to you, right? What do you get? You get 2, right? Similarly, you know how to subtract 3 from 9. That is also in such cases also there is no problem. 9 minus 3 becomes 6. So you know this subtraction of decimal numbers from one from the other, right? So you know that. But what happens if the value is like this? So please let us check it. For example, if you want to subtract 6 from 11, you know that the answer is 5. This is very simple. But actually, while subtracting, what you do is that you just consider this column first of all. You cannot subtract 6 from 1, right? So in such cases, what you get? You borrow 10 from the higher order column. So 10 plus 1 becomes 11, and hence 11 minus 6 becomes 5. Is that clear? So this is what you do. You borrow 10 in the sense 1. So you borrow 10 from the higher order column. Since it is a decimal number, its base is 10, remember that. And 10 plus 1 becomes 11, and 11 minus 6 becomes 5. So this is how we do. Similarly, for example, if you take 12 minus say 4, okay, so now what happens, you cannot subtract 4 from 2, right? Because this 4 is smaller, sorry, bigger in comparison to 2, and hence what you do, you borrow 10 from the higher order column, next higher column. And when you borrow 10, what happens, 10 plus 2 becomes 12, and 12 minus 4 becomes automatically 8. So this is how we do. So that means when you consider this column or any column, so if a situation arises in such a way that you have to subtract a bigger number from a smaller number. For example, 4 is bigger and 2 is smaller. This is smaller, 2 is small, and 4 is big. Okay, if such situation arises, what you do, you borrow from the next higher column, right? So that is what happens even in this case, right? So when you subtract 1, which is bigger in comparison to 0, so when you subtract 1 from 0, you will get 1. Obviously you will get 1, but what you have to do, you have to borrow 1 from the higher order column. Okay, next higher order column, you have to borrow 1. When you borrow 1, what happens, it becomes 1 0, and 1 0 minus 1 is 1, you know that already. Okay, so that is how we subtract a binary number from the other by using these rules. Okay, so anyway, let us try to understand this binary subtraction by solving some numericals. So anyway, let us take the example 1. So let us subtract 1010 to the base 2 from 1101 to the base 2. So that means you have to subtract this from this. So let us try to solve it. So 1101 to the base 2 minus 1010 to the base 2. This is what you have to do. So let us take the one from which you have to subtract this, and that is 1101, and you have to subtract this one, right? 1010, you have to subtract this. So that means you write minus 1010. So now follow the rules. Coming to the first column now, 1 minus 0 is 1, you know this rule, right? 1 minus 0 is 1, and you need not borrow anything from the next higher column, and hence what you get, because of that 1 minus 0 becomes 1. And similarly, next higher order column is this one. So take this higher order column. So coming to the second column, 0 minus 1 is how much? So there is the fourth rule that you have to follow here. So 0 minus 1 is how much? 1. But what you have to do, you have to borrow 1 from the higher order column. So that means in this case 0 minus 1 is 1, and what you have to do, you have to borrow 1 from the higher order column. That means it becomes 1 0 minus 1. So automatically it becomes 1. Since this 1 is borrowed by the second column, so now in third column there will not be 1 here, so it will be 0 here. So now 0 minus 0 will be 0, and 1 minus 1 will be 0. So you just have to follow the rules. Remember, while subtracting a binary number from the other, it looks like very easy. If it looks like it is very easy, that means you are subtracting obviously a smaller number from the bigger number. But while subtracting, if you find something disturbing, and if you feel as if you are not getting the answer, that means you must be subtracting a higher binary number, a larger binary number from the smaller binary number, or you must be subtracting a bigger binary number from the smaller binary number when you feel as if it is difficult. Okay, so that you have to be observed, and you have to be careful. And here I didn't find any difficulty in subtracting 1010 from 1101. That means you are subtracting a smaller number from the bigger number, so that you try to get it. Anyway, now let us take the second example. Let us try to subtract 10111 to the base 2 from 11011 to the base 2. So I don't know which one is bigger, which one is smaller. You just try to do it. Okay, so if you try to subtract this one from this one, what do you get? 11011 minus 10111. This is what you have to do. So now you know that 1 minus 1 is 0, because the third rule shows that 1 minus 1 is 0 by borrowing nothing from the next higher order column. So now 1 minus 1 is 0, so no problem, and 1 minus 1 is also 0, then no problem. Here 0 minus 1 is 1, and you have to borrow 1 from the higher order column. Is that clear? That means 10 minus 1 is 1, so that you try to get it, and you know that. I hope you remember the table that we discussed already. 10 in decimal number is equivalent to 2. This is 10, not 10. So 10 in binary is equivalent to 2 in decimal. Okay, so that you already know. So that means if you borrow 1 from the next order column, it becomes 10. 10 is nothing but 2. So please remember, 2 minus 1 will be 1 only, right? So that you have to understand. So 10 minus 1 will be 1. And since 1 is taken by this third column, so here now the value will be 0. So 0 minus 0 will be 0, and 1 minus 1 also will be 0. Okay. So this is the value that you get when you subtract this from this one. Okay, so you get 0 0 1 0 0 to the base 2. That will be your answer. So now let us move on to our next slide. This is the third case which I was speaking, that while doing the subtraction you find little fuzzy or difficulty, you feel something inconvenience while subtracting a binary number from the other. In such cases you have to understand that you are subtracting a bigger number from the smaller number. Okay, anyway, so this is our next example. You have to subtract 1010 from 1001. So this is what you have to do. Okay, so 1001 minus 1010 is how much? So that you try to check it. So while doing so, please check it out. 1 minus 0 is 1, there is no problem. But here is the, that means 0 minus 1 is actually how much? 1. Okay, but you have to borrow something from the next higher order column, but there is nothing here. Okay, so there is nothing here. Okay, if you want to take if you want to borrow the 1 from next higher order column, of course there is 1 which is there in the fourth column, but the thing, the digit that is also present in the subtracting term also is 1 here. So that means there is some that means inconvenience while subtracting this number from this one, right? So that means there is not a higher order, that means there is the number of digits that are present in 1001 is 4, and even in the subtracting term is also 4. But the thing is that while subtracting it looks like that means a situation is arising in such a way that you want to borrow 1 from the higher order column, but there are no sufficient number of ones in higher order columns. So that is the problem that we find here. Okay, so in such cases what you have to do, that you have to be that means since automatically the problem here lies is that you will be subtracting a bigger term from the smaller number. In such cases what you do is that you reverse the procedure, like 1010 minus 1001. You do this answer, whatever the answer that you get, you just keep it minus here, that's it. Okay, so actually they ask you to subtract this from this, but while subtracting you find some inconvenience here. Okay, so when you find such things, what you have to do, of course there are different methods of subtraction that we discuss at the end of this chapter, but here I am just simply explaining how to subtract one number from the other. For example, in decimal numbers you do this, right? 5 minus 7, how much you do it? You just write it as minus 2, right? How do you do this one? You do this by reversing the procedure. 7 minus 5 will be 2, and instead of keeping plus you just write minus here, that's it. This is how we do. This is all the same thing we are doing even in case of binary numbers. Okay, so actually you have to subtract this from this, but you reverse the procedure. Okay, so that means you subtract 1001 from 1010. If you do so, what you get, you just check it. So now the subtracting term will be very much easier to you, so please check it out. So you know that 0 minus 1 is 1, and you can borrow 1 from the higher order column. Okay, and hence here 0 will be there, so 0 minus 0 is 0, and 0 minus 0 will be 0, and 1 minus 1 will be 0. This is what you get. And since you have reversed the procedure, whatever the answer that you get, you just keep minus before the answer, so that will be your answer. Okay, so that you just check it out. You know simple additions, right? For example, if you want to find what is a minus b, what you do, you can also write this as minus of b minus a, right? So that is what you are doing here. Okay, since b is found to be bigger than a, what you do is that you subtract a from b, and whatever the answer that you get, you just keep minus to the answer that you are getting. So that's it. Anyway, so this is how we solve it. So that means when you subtract 1010 from 1001, okay, so how much, what is the answer that you are getting? You are getting minus of 0001. Is that clear? So that you try to understand. Okay, so now let us just move on to our next topic now, and that is binary multiplication. So similar to the binary addition and subtraction, again there are certain rules that you need to follow in multiplication of two binary numbers, and the rule one is that you can multiply 0 with 0, you get 0, and you can multiply 0 and 1, then also you get 0. You know that 0 is whenever multiplied with any term you get 0, and similarly when you multiply 1 with 0, then also you get 0, and the rule 4 is that when you multiply 1 with 1 you get 1. So these are the rules that you need to follow while multiplying any two binary numbers. Okay, so to understand the binary multiplication, let us take an example here, and the first example that we want to do here is that let us try to multiply 10111 to the base 2 by 101 to the base 2. So this is the example that we are considering here. So let us try to solve it. So 10111 multiplied by 101. So you already know the rules. Okay, so 1 multiplied with 1 gives you you get 1. So these are the rules that you have to follow, right? 1 into 1 is 1, and 1 into next one, second one is 1, and 1 into 1 is again 1, and 1 into 0 is 0, and 1 into 1 is 1. Okay, so this is how you multiply this entire number with 1 first, and the next number which is 0 in case in 101, this 0 has to be multiplied with the entire digit or the number that is given to us, that is 10111. If this 10111 is multiplied with 0, what you get, remember this entire number when it is multiplied with 0, you all that means you only get zeros, right? So 0 into 1 is 0, which is placed in second column, and 0 into 1 is 0, and 0 into 1 is again 0, and 0 into 0 is 0, and 0 into 1 is 0. So these are the rules that you have to follow. Similarly, 1 is multiplied with 10111. So 1 into 1 is 1, which is placed in the third column, and 1 into 1 is again 1, and 1 into 1 is again 1, and 1 into 0 is 0, and 1 into 1 is 1. So these are the values that you get when you multiply 10111 with 101, but now you have to add these things. So that means in multiplication, again the addition of binary numbers you are getting now. Okay, so while adding these binary numbers, again you follow the rules which you already know. So now 1 becomes 1, so you know that, and 1 plus 0 is again 1, this also known to you, and the next one is 1 plus 0 plus 1 is how much? Okay, 1 plus 0 plus 1 is 1 0, you already know this one, right? 1 plus 1 is 1 0, and that 1 goes to the higher order column, so which acts as carry now. So 1 plus 1 is 1 plus 1 is how much? 1 0, and this 1 goes to the higher order column, which acts as carry. So now 1 plus 1 is 1 0, and 1 I have written over here, and 0 is written right below this column, third column. Next, coming to the fourth column, you have 0 plus 0, which is 0, and 0 plus 1 is 1, and 1 plus 1 is again 1 0. So since it is 1 0, what you get, 1 acts as the carry, and this 0 is written right below the fourth column. Okay, and similarly now coming to this one, the fifth column. In fifth column we have 1 0 1 and 1, right? So 1 plus 0 plus 1 and plus 1. So these are the four terms that we have in fifth column. So while solving it, you solve any two. So you know that 1 plus 0 is 1 plus 0 is 1, you know that, and 1 plus 1 is how much? That is 1 0. So 1 plus 1 becomes 1 0 and plus 1. So this is what you get. Okay, and now 1 0 plus 1 is how much? You know that, right? 0 plus 1 is 1, and 1 is which is in second column is written as it is. So that means 1 0 plus 1 is 1 1. So remember, this is not 10, this is a binary number, which is 1 0, which is pronunciated as 1 0. Anyway, 1 plus 1 plus 1 will be equal to 1 1. So that you have tried to understand. So now coming to this fourth column. So this is the fourth column where we were adding 1 plus 1 plus 1. So when you add these 3, you get 1 1, right? Where 1 goes to the higher order column, which acts as carry, and the other one is written right below the fifth column. Now coming to the sixth column. So 0 plus 0 plus 1 becomes 1, and this is 1 again, which is 1. So if you add that means all the factors which are present here, you get 1 1 1 0 0 1 1. Okay, so this is the value value or the binary number that you get when you multiply one binary number with the other. That means when you multiply 1 0 1 1 with 1 0 1, so this is the binary number that you are going to get here. Okay, so similarly, let us try to understand this multiplication with the help of one more example. Okay, so if okay, right. So let us try to understand what is the binary number that you get when it is multiplied. That means when 1 0 0 1 1 is multiplied with 1 1 0 1 1. Okay, so this is what I want to find. So to find it, you just multiply this. You know how to multiply the decimal numbers, right? It is similar to that, but remember, it's not a decimal number. These are binary numbers. So that is the only thing that you need to remember. Okay, so now fine. So 1 0 0 1 1 is multiplied with 1 1 0 1 1. So when you multiply this, first let me take this one and multiply the entire 1 0 0 1 1. So when this 1 0 0 1 1 is multiplied with 1, you get the number itself, right? So you get 1 0 0 1 1 only. Next, again same thing, when this second one is multiplied with the 1 0 0 1 1, again you get the same number, but it starts from the second column. Okay, and when this entire 1 0 0 1 is multiplied with 0, you get 0, complete 0, but it starts from third column. And similarly, when this 1 0 0 1 is multiplied with 1, you get this one, again the same number is repeated. And when it is multiplied with 1 again the same number is repeated, but in each multiplication the number starts from the next higher order column, so that you try to get it. Okay, so anyway, now let us try to add whatever the values that you get here. So you know that in first column you get 1, is that clear? And the next one is 1 plus 1. So in second column you get 1 0. So where 1 goes to the higher order column and 0 is written right below second column. Now coming to the third column. So in third column we have 1 and another 1. So 1 plus 1 will be again 1 0. So that means 1 goes to the higher order column, which acts as carry, and 0 comes down here. And now coming to the fourth column, you have again 1 plus 1, which is again 1 0. So 1 is already written over here, and 0 comes right below the fourth column. And now coming to the fifth column, we have 1. In fifth column we have 1, another 1, third one, and fourth one. So we have 4 ones in fifth column. So what you get when you add 4 ones? So that is important. So to understand it, so you just come to this box. So you know that 1 plus 1 is 1 0. So when you add 2 ones, you get 1 0. when you add one more one to the 1 0, what you get? You get 1 1. And when you add 1 to 1 1, you get 1 double 0. You know these things, right? So when 1 1 is added to 1, you get 1 plus 1 is 1 0. And in second column, if you want to do, if you want me to do, I will do. So you know that 1 plus 1 is 1 0. Okay, so now 1 0 is added to one more 1, so you get 1 1. And next 1 1 when added to 1, again 1 plus 1 is 1 0, and 1 plus 1 is 1 0. So that means in overall 1, second one, third one, and fourth one. So when you add 4 ones, you get 1 double 0. There 1 0 acts as carry out of these 3 digits. 1 0 acts as carry now. 1 0 acts as carry, and the 0 is written right below it. So that is what you have to understand. So now coming to column number 5. So in column number 5 we have 4 ones. Out when you add 4 ones, you get 1 double 0, in which 1 0 acts as carry, and the second 0 is written right below 5th column. So now coming to the 6th column now again. Coming to the 6th column. So in 6th column, again you have 1, second one, and you have 1 0. So in 6th column you have 1, second 1, and 1 0. So this is the value that you get. So what do you get again? 1 plus 1 is 1 0, and 1 plus 1 is 1 0. Again you get 1 double 0, in which again 1 0 will move on to the this column. Please check it out, this column. So here 1 0 is written down here, and the another 0 is written here. So in this column again you have 0, 0 0 0, and only 1 0. So out of this 1 0, 1 is moved to the next column, and 0 is written down here. So 1 is moved as carry, and 0 is written right below it. So now 1 plus 1 becomes 1 0, and 1 plus 1 becomes 1 0. So this is the number, binary number, which you get when you multiply 1 double 0 double 1 with 1 1 0 double 1. Okay, it's a that means it looks like a bigger calculation, but it's not difficult. Once you practice the addition of binary numbers, it is going to be very easier to you. Okay, so anyway, let us erase this one and move on to our next slide, which is binary division. So how do we divide a binary number by another? So that we try to understand here by taking 1 or 2 examples, not more than that. Anyway, so since it is a division, there are only 2 rules. Okay, so one is that when you divide 0 with 1, you get 0, and when you divide 1 with 1, you get 1. Okay, and 1 cannot be that means divided by 0. Okay, so that you try to get it. So there are only 2 rules. When you divide 0 with 1, you get 0, and when you divide 1 with 1, you get 1. Okay, and 0 by 0 is not defined, so that's it, forget about it. So these are the 2 rules that you have to follow here. Okay, you have to use here. So now to understand binary, it is this division is also similar to the division of decimal numbers. It is also remember decimal addition, decimal subtraction, decimal multiplication, decimal division. They are all similar to the binary subtraction, binary addition, binary multiplication, and binary division. The only thing is that in case of decimal numbers, you have the basic symbols from 0 to 9, but in binary numbers the basic symbols are only 2, which are 0 and 1. That's it. So that you have to understand, that is the basic difference. Okay, now let us try to divide 11001 with 101. Okay, so to make it clear, let me take the marker here. So let us try to understand it step by step, so that it will be easier to you. Okay, so let us try to divide 110 0 1 with 101. Okay, so now let us try to divide this one. So if you divide it, so you know that 1, and remember in division the multiplication also comes. So 101 when multiplied with 1, how much you get? 101 itself. So you just take it down, 101. How much you get? So now this subtraction part also comes. So 110 minus 101 becomes how much? So 0 minus 1 is 1, and by borrowing 1 from the higher order column, so that means it becomes 0, and this also becomes 0. So this is what you get. And what is our next step? So you have to bring 1 0 from the binary number which you are dividing to this part. So if you do so, you get this one. Okay, but unfortunately what you want to divide here is smaller than 101. Okay, since, and remember here I have done it directly, I have used the direct step. You need not do. If you want to understand, you can do it step by step also. So now 101 zeros are how much you get? You get this complete thing as 0. Okay, because 101 times 0 is how much? 0 only. So now subtract this one. If you subtract this one, how much you get? You get 10. And now take the remaining digit that is present in the binary number, which is 1. So take that 1 to this side, and again just divide this 101 with 101. So this is 101, right? So now you know that 101 ones are 101, and if you subtract this, what you get? You get 0. So remember here I have written directly. Okay, direct step I have used this one. Since it is a smaller number, I can that means I can keep a 0 here and bring the next digit that you are dividing to this position. So that technique I have used the direct step, and if you don't want to follow the direct step, you can do it step by step also. So this is how we divide one binary number with the other. Okay, so now let us move on to our next example. So this is another example. So this is the only example that I do. The third example I will not do. So that you try, but of course in this example I have done one mistake in it. Should be 100.116. So anyway, coming to this one, so let us try to divide 10100 by 10. Okay, 10100 by 10. If I divide 10100 by 10, what is the value that you get? Here the answer is already written over here. If you want to understand, let us go step by step. Okay, so 10, we are multiplying 10100 with 10, right? So now you know that 1011 ones are, you get 10, and hence 10 minus 10 is how much? So if you subtract it, you get 0. And take that means bring 1 from the binary number which you are dividing to this position now. Okay, so now you are having 01 here, 01, which is smaller than 10. Okay, anyway, if you do directly, you can put 10 here and also here. Okay, by bringing one more digit of the binary number which you are dividing from there to here. But anyway, I don't want to do the direct steps. I want you to understand it step by step. So anyway, since I got 01 here, it is 01, right? But we are dividing it 10. So since it is a smaller number, I just keep that means I just multiply with 0 here. 1 0 zeros are, you get 0, and hence if you subtract 0 from 1, you get 1 now. So this is what I get. And again, what you get here? So you have 0. So that means you bring one more digit from this 10100 to this position. So when you do that, you get 10. So now you know that 10 zeros are 0, but since it is 10 we have here, so you can directly multiply with 1. So 10 ones are, you get 10, and hence this becomes 0. Okay, again one more digit is left here, right? So that you again bring it down, and now 1 0 zeros are, you know that it becomes 0, and hence final answer will be 0. So that will be the end or the answer that you get here is 1010 when you divide this 10100 with 10. So remember whatever the answer that I have written over here, so actually I have written directly. You can, it is wrong, not wrong, it is also right, you can directly use it, but since most of you guys get confused with the binary numbers itself. So let us try to divide a binary number with the other in that means step by step, not directly, in detailed, we try to understand. I hope it is clear. So this is how we divide one binary number with the other. So this is our next example. Okay, so you try to do it on your own. It's not difficult, so please check it out. It's not at all difficult. You have to do it slowly. Okay, and even if you want, if you are, that means once you get the sufficient confidence, you can do the direct steps. Otherwise you slowly try to find the answer while dividing one binary number with the another. Okay, anyway, so this is another example. You can check it this also. Okay, so that's it. Anyway, I will stop here. In our next video lessons, we try to understand what is hexadecimal number system, and how do we convert a hexadecimal number into decimal number, and also we how let us that means in our next video, not now, in our next video we also try to convert hexadecimal number into binary number and binary number into hexadecimal. That means so we mainly concentrate on hexadecimal number system. Okay, so anyway, in our next video we try to know what is hexadecimal number system, and how do we convert hexa into decimal and binary and vice versa. All those things we try to understand. We will stop here. That's it. We'll meet in our next video. Thank you.